You know who the big winner was? The White Sox.
There you go.
I'm serious.
In the weeds, our friend Jim Bowden, who will be joining us more frequently soon, put this one out there in The Athletic, the biggest winners and losers of the MLB offseason so far. You guys want to see the winners list?
Dodgers. Dodger fans.
That is true.
Dodgers
are on the list.
The Guggenheims.
Scott Boras.
Juan Soto. Yeah.
Left-handed pitchers.
Yeah, they got paid. Max Fried. The Yankees and Max Fried. Yeah, there was a bunch of them.
Blake Snell.
Mania,
Yeah.
Legacy Snell. My favorite is Ken Kendrick.
Go on.
Just because. We talk about all the time. Oh, the Dodgers, it's so unfair. Ken Kendrick was like, screw that. I'm in the division. All y'all complaining about the other division, and you're complaining from another division. I'm in the division. I'm not giving up. We can't complain about and we can't talk about the Tom Ricketts without saying and praising that Ken Kendrick did it. Did he get Corbin Burnes at maybe a discount because he wanted to stay home? I don't care. He still got him. He got him. He went out there. And maybe his payroll is a little bit stretched. He's doing it because he wants the best for his team.
Yeah, and people like that make other owners look bad. I'm just going to keep picking on the team because I'm with them. But, I mean, the Mariners probably make more money than the Diamondbacks. I think that's pretty fair. So Ken Kendrick makes that group look bad, period.
Yeah.
They're putting more into the team.
Good for him. Good for Diamondback fans.
Yeah, very good for him.
I mean, the rest of the list, Dick Allen, Dave Parker, awesome for them to get in. And Tom Hamilton, down goes Anderson.
He's awesome.
But the only thing is the city of West Sacramento, I mean, I guess they won because they got the A's.
Yeah, so if you're in Sacramento, you at least get Major League Ball for a few years.
True.
You get to watch
It could be permanent the way the thing in Vegas is going.
True. And you get to watch a bunch of big boys step foot in that ballpark over the next few years, which they're going to be promoting.
True.
Losers, ready?
Yeah.
So Nick Pivetta's on this list.
Yeah, agreed. Should have taken the QO.
Seattle, which I've talked about 8 times today. Yeah, well, the thing with Pivetta is that many teams take that qualifying offer very seriously. They put money towards it, right? They'll say, hey, that pick to us is worth $10 million. Ken Rosenthal has explained that process to us. So Jim put in that article, he's not aware of a single offer for Pivetta yet. Now, Pivetta's a nice pitcher.
His career record is 56-71 with a 4.76. I'm sorry.
Much about the record.
Someone offers me if I'm 56-71, over a 4.5, and someone goes, "Hey, we'll give you 1 year, $21 million." I'm like, I'll sign in blood.
Yeah,
I'll sign in Scott's carrot cake hunger root here thing.
4.14 ERA this past season.
6-12. I know wins don't matter, but he's still 6-12.
I understand, but he's going to sign. It's just that the qualifying offer is a weird thing because it only punishes a few players. So it's not like something that I think the union is fighting tooth and nail for. But somebody usually does get screwed in a scenario like this. And this year it just happens to be Nick Pivetta. You look at the direction that he took versus the direction that Nick Martinez took. Nick Martinez took it. I think the Reds didn't expect him to take it and wanted to make sure they got a pick if he left and got, some type of Seth Lugo-ish deal. But he's like, nah, I'm good. I'll take $21 million and worry about it next offseason. And then I won't have the attachment because you can only do it once.
Yeah, I agree.
So it's tough for him. And he's probably not going to get that number. He's probably going to have to accept, like a 1 year 12, something like that. Because teams are going to punish it. They're going to say, this is worth $9 million to me. So your 21 is actually 12 to me. It's a crappy game.
That's why you end up signing a 2 year 24 or something like that. Usually is how it ends up happening.
Okay. All right. And then other names on here: Mariners, Blue Jays, Astros, John Mozeliak, Atlanta Braves.
Mariners fans, I think it should be. The Mariners just haven't signed anybody. The Blue Jays have lost out on everybody. They keep trying. The Astros obviously lost Bregman and Tucker, and they replaced them with Christian Walker.
I think they're going to be pretty good, though.
Paredes. I think they'll be fine.
Yeah, I don't love them.
The Braves obviously lost Fried and Charlie Morton, big rotation pieces. So and they haven't really signed anybody. And then the last one, John Mozeliak, how is he a loser? because he has to. He said this is last year. Like he should be going out like woohoo, boys.
But that's the problem is, Jim gives him a lot of respect and appreciation in the article for how much consistent winning he put together. But he's like, it just sucks that in his last offseason, he literally can't do anything.
He still can't get rid of Arenado either.
He can't. He talked about it the other day. It's like 50-50 that they trade him, and it's really holding back their entire
but the problem
offseason.
is he won't go anywhere.
I know. Well, that is a huge issue.
They had a deal for him to go to Houston.
Boston seems like a tough situation because Kratz, you're going to call up John Henry, the owner of the Red Sox, and you'd be like, yeah, cool, we'll take him, but I want him on a massive, massive discount because I love those deals, baby. And then they're going to be like, no, that's the point of us trading him is we're actually going to unload the salary. And he's like, no, we're good.
And it's not like Breslow is going to give up any of his prospects. It's like, well, he's got, unfortunately, they got him. They're holding him. They're holding him hostage right now. And, I'd love it for Arenado if he got to go somewhere else because you don't want to see one of the great players, great defenders in the last 10 years.
Totally disagree. Actually, Nolan's holding him hostage for me. They had a chance. They had a chance to send him to Houston. He said no. He has all the power. The Cardinals went to him. Maybe I swear I read this. We've talked about it. They said, hey, if you can find a trade, you and Ray, go. They haven't been able to find. They found the Astros one. He said no.
To me,
so the team is not holding him hostage at all. Mm-mm. The team is like, go. First time I've heard it in basketball and football where they say, go find a trade. This is the first time in baseball that I've ever heard them go to a player and agent and say, go find where you want to go. If you can find us a deal to wherever Nolan wants to go, if you can find that deal, go. And it didn't work out. So I disagree with that, Kratz. I think that it's the other way around. I love Nolan, but he's actually the one that's keeping himself there.
No, I meant the Red Sox or other teams are holding the Cardinals hostage because they know he's like, if he only has a certain amount of places he can go, Zalok's going to look like an idiot for not getting anything for him or paying off his entire contract. So why would you push? That's what the Cardinals are sitting there going, well, we want definitely some of those prospects from the Red Sox. Red Sox are like, well, it came out that he didn't want to go there. This is one of the only places you have a chance to go. He's not going to LA. So we're going to hold you hostage. I meant the Red Sox, not the Cardinals.
Yeah, this deal is constructed to be a money dump, and that's okay, right? That's what the Cardinals want to do. They're not as concerned about the prospect return, but they have to be able to dump a good chunk of the contract. And if you look back at what the Houston deal was, the Astros were going to take a lot of the money from that contract. Mm-hmm. So it's not a fit if the Red Sox are like, nah, we'll give you a lower end prospect and you keep a good chunk of the money and you take care of it. That's not going to work. They're just going to keep him and they're going to hope that he has a bounce back year offensively and that he'll get traded at the deadline. That's what they'll do because it's not like he completely fell apart. He's not the same person, right, from a few years back, but it's not like he's 42 years old and he was a 60 OPS plus. Like he was, I think, a little above league average bat. So there is rebound potential here. The glove is still great. So
maybe Wolf can get him somewhere, He can talk to the
his
Dodgers.
Agent. Yeah. Well,
he's got some free time now. Maybe he's got a predetermined idea. The only one I didn't agree with Jim here was the Braves. They're still a really good team. I get it. They haven't made moves. I get it. Spencer Strider's coming off the internal bracing. He's definitely going to be, starting the season later. This is still a really good team. Look at all they lost and they made the playoffs. You come back and you run it back. Morton wasn't the guy that was leading this rotation. They still have Chris Sale. They lost Max Fried. I get that. They're going to be getting Spencer Strider back. This is still a playoff team. May even win the division. Like, nobody's just running away with the NL East just because they haven't made any moves yet.
I have a winner that isn't on here that's just a little bit outside the box, but you guys are going to think I'm a broken record. Last year, when we talked about this, I said Orioles fans. This year, it's Twins fans. There's an opportunity here for your life as a fan to completely change for the next several decades.
But I have to
How did that go for the Orioles?
I understand. Better, still better, not great, but better, right?
They
Better.
still haven't made the big splash, though.
I understand, but they're in a better situation than they were, right? And it's a brighter future because
hopefully, until I see him make the splash, then we'll
I understand.
talk.
But so this is my point with Baltimore. I don't agree with the direction they took, but they were just given an extra, $50 million to spend on their payroll this year versus last year. I'm criticizing how they're spending it, but that's more up to the GM.
Yeah.
The group up top is saying, here, you've got a little looser reins to be able to do some damage. What if the Twins did that the last couple of years? They haven't. Aaron Gleeman, our buddy, just put out an article and said they've literally done nothing for 24 months. So you're going to have to go through a little more pain because the way a sale process goes is that if they start messing with the books, it messes up the sale process. So they literally have to tell their front office, do nothing. We're frozen until we get this done. Once they get it done, it's not going to affect this season much aside from maybe the trade deadline. But you got to look at the long term here. So if you're a Twins fan, you're rooting for certain ownership groups that are going to come in and treat the team the way it should. That's all. That's a big win. That's an off-season win because that news came out in the off-season. Do you guys agree?
Yeah, it's fans though. Fans like the Mariners.
Twins fans.
Like we said, the Mariners were losers. The Mariners fans are the losers.
Right.
Not the players.
Right.
The losers are the fans.
Mariners fans wish they were Twins fans right now.
Blue Jays fans are the losers, although the Blue Jays didn't get anybody that they wanted. I mean, they got Santander, but they didn't get Shohei last year. They didn't get Soto this year. They didn't get some of their other guys. But they also got Hoffman and Santander. So
and they might get another.
They might, if they get Pete, I mean.
Then do you take them off the list?
It gets a little better, though. It's a little better if they sign a couple more. I don't know. It's an interesting list, Jim. Good job, but I don't know. It's easier to name winners and losers for me.
I think both. But was there anyone else that we were missing from this offseason?
You know who the big winner was? The White Sox.
There you go.
I'm serious.
Marlins are losers.
Marlins losers. Yeah.
What's the win for the White Sox?
They're not going to. There's no way on earth they can be as bad as they were last year. So Will Venable, they can lose 110 games this year, and Will Venable could go, you know what? We won 11 more than we won last year, boys. Look, we're on the way up.
So it sounds like Will Venable's the winner.
I mean, the White Sox fans, because they're like, we can't be as bad. Trust me, I was around them this past weekend. They were like, we can't be as bad as we were last year.
What's the difference between 120 and 110?
11 wins.
Great. All right. Well, there you go. Let us know your thoughts if you're watching or listening to this after the fact. I always try to check as many comments out as I can, even if you hate us. We still love you.
Hey, everybody. Be sure to like and subscribe for more content.
We're back here every weekday, all year long, so do not miss an episode.
The videos are coming in all day. Here's another video you might enjoy.
Baseball the way it should be covered.